PowerLedger with the Powr token is the new shiny object in the crypto space. Does it make sense to jump on this current rally? We almost went up by 300% in the last month. This is the rally I'm talking about. We are currently at 48 cents. And in this video, you will not see me reading the marketing jazz on the website, even though the material the team releases does look quite beautiful. Let's focus instead on tokenomics. Let's focus instead on what's driving demand and supply, because in the end, this is probably what you're coming for. You're coming for the price. So yes, the project does look legitimate. Yes, they do have quite a few employees. One of the founders got the Ernst & Young FinTech Entrepreneur of the Year award. The other founder has quite some background in blockchain technology. But when we are talking about price, we want to know about supply and demand. And supply is very easy to determine. There's a website called Messari.io that tracks the supply of a lot of different cryptocurrencies. Here's the circulating supply chart of the Powr token. And this is interesting because it started off with 1 billion tokens. Then apparently upon launch, there had been quite a bit of a burn. The circulating supply then continued to grow. But in the last year, the growth was relatively modest, only 6.3%. That's definitely okay for a cryptocurrency of that size. PowerLedger is currently at market rank 153 with a fully diluted market cap of $500 million roughly. Now, do we see long-term excitement around the token and the project? I'm not so sure. This is the adjusted transaction volume over time. We've got a few spikes every now and then. Recently, we do see some growth. Here is the active addresses count. Quite a bit at the beginning, but now somewhat flatlining near the x-axis. What I like about the Powr token is that it has quite deep liquidity on decentralized exchanges. So you do not have to buy this on centralized exchanges. There's real price discovery happening on DEXs. 2.7 million of liquidity in a Uniswap pool, another 100K, again Uniswap, and then 50K SushiSwap. So in total, roughly 3 million worth of liquidity. This is not just good for purchasing the token in a decentralized way. This is also good to get some insights because we can look into the blockchain data. So that's the issue with centralized trading, right? Centralized exchanges are black boxes. We have no idea what's going on inside them. But for the blockchain, we can exactly see who is holding how much. Are currently the whales selling? Are currently retail people buying? What's actually the current dynamic that's moving the price? Now here's something worth mentioning. This is the top 100 token holders. And yes, this doesn't look too pretty. We do have a few treasury wallets that hold a lot of tokens. And we do have quite a few Binance related wallets that can move the price at least temporarily. What I want to know is who's currently buying here. And for that, we've got a tool that I developed that's available for the premium members as well. The link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. Let's check out the holder dynamics of small retail versus whales for the Powr token here in this video. On the left side, we've got the number of wallets that hold at least 1,000 Powr tokens. At the current price, that's a bit under $500. Relatively modest retail holding. For the middle chart, we go one order of magnitude up. So this is a bit under $5,000. On the right side, we've got the whales. $50,000 worth of the token. What is interesting here? No matter what wallet size we are looking at, there's no accumulation happening whatsoever. The number of holders are going down. This is not pretty, right? You want to see increased adoption. You want to see increased demand. People should get behind that price rally. And so when something like this happens, I'm always wondering, where does the price appreciation actually come from? This is a token with quite some liquidity on chain, and still we don't see demand on chain. So in my opinion, that means that all of the demand must come from centralized exchanges. Now, is this organic demand or is this manipulation? I don't know. Have a look at the trading volume. 66% is on Upbit, 16% is on Binance, only 1% is actually on Uniswap. So this is a token that's heavily influenced by centralized exchanges. Despite the holding on chain, despite having more than 10,000 wallets holding $500 worth of the token. This is a big project with quite deep pockets. On top of that, we also have perpetual speculation on this. $2.3 billion worth of the token being traded in the last 24 hours on xt.com alone. And XT very likely is just a spin-off of Binance. And Binance already has almost 1 billion. So is it worth buying the token? I don't know. The centralized exchanges have their hands in here. The broad masses are not behind this rally. Will they get excited about the project once the volatility kicks in and once people actually read about all of this? Maybe, but I personally will not take the chance. I don't want to have the centralized exchanges as my direct competitor. I don't like to play against the really smart people. Instead, I'm looking for the pockets in crypto where there's relatively weak opponents, right? For example, in newly minted meme coins, a lot of new people jump on meme coins. This is what I want to time. This is probably easier to predict. When the centralized exchanges have their hands that deep in the token, I'm not sure if it really makes sense to try to look into their heads. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. There's also a free Telegram. Link is down below.